Softball friends, welcome back for the last installment of the 2025 Summer Classic rankings. For those of you tuning in for the first time, for the last 7 or 8 weeks, we've been counting down teams 90 all the way here to the final 9 teams, looking at how your teams did in last year's Summer Classic, going through some final scores, how you progressed through the tournament, ranking the teams until we get to the final destination here, all the way to number one. We had a really competitive tournament last year. It was crazy. All the brackets were probably the toughest brackets that we've ever seen in the Summer Classic with so many good teams. I mean, it's just everyone stepped up their game. It's been fun to recap how all you guys have done, and I'm looking forward to seeing how it all pans out here for the 2026. Let's take a look back at last week. We looked at the Diamond Daddies from Ferdinand, Casey's team. Ferndale. This is their first time playing over there. I thought they did a fantastic job. They won their group play. Number 18, Amplify Real Estate. This is Brandy Groth's team, who also brings out the Mudheads each year to help us with our photos on Saturday. We appreciate Saturday. We appreciate Brandy's help each year. They have a great team. Used to be called Ruckus. Number 17, Holy Cow. Nicholas's team, just a heavy-hitting team that has done better. They moved up about 20 spots this year. Number 16 was Ohana, a team from Moses Lake. Darian's team, a great first-year showing. Number 15, the Maximum Effort, the Old Diamond Rejects team. Justin Capel always brings a competitive team over. Number 14, Sleepy Sloths. Casey Steen ran the team this year. They came over and took home some hardware. Sleepy Sloths have been kind of a tough luck loser for hardware. They took home some hardware last year. Speaking of taking home hardware, number 13, Straightforward, has won 2 silvers and a platinum grouping. So Steve Thompson knows how to play on Sunday, him and his team. Number 12, Mojo, took home bronze a couple years ago. They moved up to the gold bracket. They moved up about 16 spots. And number 11, Big Ol' Hitties from Coeur d'Alene, a great team. Colton Pugh's team from Coeur d'Alene. He puts together a great squad, as does number 10, FAFO Dalton Lozier, another team from Coeur d'Alene. A couple fun teams who really balled out this last Summer Classic, and we're looking forward to seeing how they do this year. All right, let's kick things off with number 9. Number 9 is GOMD, a veteran team that has played in the Summer Classic many different years. JJ Avelia's team. This is their 6th year being in the tournament. They took 2024 off, but they played in 2023. They've played in platinum and gold divisions primarily. They played out of Group J last year, where they went 2-1, and they beat some good teams in group play. They took care of Maximum Effort, 22-11. That's Justin Capel's team. Then they took on the Sleepy Sloths from Great Falls and beat them pretty convincingly, 25-10. We talked about Sleepy Sloths just a little bit there about how they took home some hardware in the silver division. So a good win there. And then a great battle against Trash Pandas, one of the top 2 or 3 teams each year. They lost to them just 12-11. That put them in the platinum division, where they took on Chasing 8 in the first round. Platinum teams get 2-game guarantee. They lost to Chasing 8, 20-4. That dropped them into the gold bracket, where they took on CGS and fell to them 20-10. But JJ always brings over a great team. GOMD. Okay, number 8, another super fantastic team for the Summer Classic that's played in this thing for many years. BDG, ran by Ryan Dixon and Kita as well. They've played in the Summer Classic for 5 years. Last year, they won it all in the Platinum Division after climbing that hill for so many years. This shows how competitive this year was. We had probably about 12 or 13 teams who could have been in the Platinum Division. They played out of the Gold Division first off, they played out of Group K, where they went 1 and 2. They lost to Ohana 11-9 on a fierce battle down at Persons Field. Then they were able to get by Straightforward, Steve Thompson's team, who ended up winning the silver division. They beat them 13-9. And then were beaten by CGS from Hawaii. They lost to them 19-10. That dropped them to the gold division this year, where they took on Mojo, last year's bronze division winner, and in a good game. Mojo showed up and played well. They beat them 13-6, and then in the semifinals took on another one surprising people, I think, this year. Brandon's team was able to beat them 16-6, but another good showing for BDG. I mean, fantastic. Number 7, another really good quality team, CGS. This is Lathan and Tullian's team. Some of them play here local, but a lot of this team plays out of Hawaii, which is pretty cool to see. And this is their 2nd year playing. They finished with a ranking of 7 last year, and they held that ranking again this year. They played out of Group K, where they went 3-0. They won that grouping, a good strong grouping too. They played Straightforward and were able to beat them 24-6 in their opening game Saturday morning. Then took on that really tough Ohana team from Moses Lake and beat them 15-0. And then got to play BDG, last year's champion, and we're able to beat them 19-10. So a good start. They qualified for the Platinum Division, where they took on Punching Buttons from Boise, kind of an unknown team, and in a really good defensive battle, lost to them 12-9. That dropped them to the Gold Division, and they played GOMD and got by them 21-10 until they finally ran into Trash Pandas and lost 17-16. But a good showing again for CGS. Jumping right into number 6. This is a team that I think had a big jump. Another one, Brandon Choliter's team from Spokane. This is their 9th tournament. Last year they played in, I want to say, the bronze division. This year they moved all the way up to the gold. They were ranked 17th last year, and they played out of Group N. Let's go through that real quick. They took on FAFO, just barely lost to Dalton's team 15-14. Then they were able to get by the Ouchies 8-6, Justine's team, and then were able to also get by Dan Chamberlain's team 21-8. That put them in the gold division where they made a run. They took on Big Ol' Hitties. We talked about this game a little bit. I think there was like a triple play at the end of the game. Something crazy happened. I didn't get a chance to see it. I just heard about it. A 6-5 win in a defensive battle. Then they took on BDG and were on a little bit of a roll. They beat them 16-6 until finally they ran into the Trash Pandas in the gold division and lost to them 14-13. But that just shows you how competitive the gold division was. A lot of those teams I talked about could have all been platinum division. So fantastic job for another one, taking home some hardware. Second. Number 5 is a team that's been as high as number 2 in our rankings before. It's the Trash Pandas. Alex Rivera's team from Hermanston, Oregon. This is the 8th year this team has traveled up here for the Summer Classic. We appreciate the support each year. Last year they were ranked 3rd. They dropped just a little bit to 5th. They ended up in the gold division, like we said. That just shows you by how crazy competitive this year was. I mean, so they played out of Group J when they went 3-0. They were able to beat Maximum Effort, Justin's team, 24-5. Then they barely got by GOMD in a great battle, 12-11 in the mid game there. And then finally in the Saturday nightcap, they were able to beat a really good Sleepy Sloth team 15-7. That put them in the Platinum Division where they took on Bloodline, and maybe a little bit of a surprise. They beat 17-15 in the first round. That dropped them into the Gold Division where they took on FAFO, beat them 14-0. Took on CGS, a really good team, in a great game, 17-16, until that put them in the championship where they barely got by another one, 14-13, to take the Gold Division. So fantastic job to Trash Pandas, number 5, for beaten in a gold division that was. Number 4, Bloodline. Let's get right into this because I teased this team several times. Bobby Owens did a fantastic job. His team out of Wapato, Washington. This is their 2nd tournament. They ranked 25th last year. They jumped all the way to number 4. They played out of Group C where they surprised some teams, I think, this year. They played Cold Snacks and got by them 17-12. And then they played the C Squad and beat them 23-0. C Squad is no slouch. That's Sean Krantz' team. They're a good team. And then Spokane Retro is another really solid team. They beat them 19-2. So they put them in the Platinum Division, a big jump from the bronze. I think they played the year before. Quarterfinals, I think they kind of shocked Trash Pandas a little bit, beating them 17-15. That dropped them so that got them to the semifinals where they took on Nats Dogs, the reigning number 2 team, and they battled them all the way to the end, just falling short 18-14, and then finally in the losers bracket fell to Chasing 8, 14-1. But they won Group C, and this is a fantastic showing for Bloodline. I think they played crazy ball this year, and we're just looking forward to seeing how they do this year. Number 4, Bloodline. Nice job, Bobby, to your. Okay, diving right in. Number 3 is Chasing 8. We got a lot of scores to get to with these guys. This is Ryan Doka's team. Casey Kinzers ran this team for years out of Kennewick. They've played in 8 Summer Classics. They were ranked 8th in 2023. They didn't make it to the year before, but I'm going to get right into some scores. They played in Group G where they went 2-1, and they played the best of the best in this tournament. They took on Punching Buttons from Boise. They beat them 13-2. That's a big win, as we'll look at later. Then they took on Nats Dogs in a great battle, and they lost to them 20-18. And then they took on Team Warriors from Pasco and beat them 19-3, which put them in the Platinum Division. In the quarterfinals, they took on GOMD, where they won that first game 20-4. Then they took in the semifinals, Punching Buttons. There they are again, but this time they lost to them 25-11, dropping them in the losers bracket. They took care of Bloodline 14-1 in the losers bracket in the quarterfinals, got them a rematch against Nats Dogs, where they just barely came up short again, 14-13 in a great game. But what a fantastic job for Chasing A after taking a year off, jumping all the way to number 3rd. This is one of their best showings in a long time. Okay, number 2, Nats Dogs for the 2nd straight year. A lot of scores to get to, so I'm going to get to them here. They played out of Spokane. This is their 5th year. Natalie has been knocking on that door for that number 1 championship, but this year they were number 2, same as last year. They played out of Group G where they went 2-1. They played the Team Warriors from Pasco. They beat them 21-0. Then took care of Chasing 8. We just talked about that game, 20-18. And then they tied Punching Buttons 10-10. Kind of foreshadowing what's going to come up a little bit later. In the Platinum Division, they played FAFO in the first round and had they did good, 22-9. That put them in the semifinals, beating Bloodline 18-14. Then they went to the championship game and lost to Punching Buttons 17-13. So that dropped them to the losers bracket. They played Chasing 8, beat them 14-13 to advance to a rematch again against Punchy Buttons. But they had to win 2 in a row. The first game they took care of them, 10 run them 17-7, which what they had to do, kind of rest up a little bit. But then in the final championship game, they just ran out of gas and lost 23-13. That's Dogs again, though. Number 2, knocking on the door, another fantastic showing at it. Process of elimination leads us to number 1, Punching Buttons, a surprise team from Boise, Idaho. Molly Hood, I think it's Molly Celeste now, though. I think she got married right after the tournament. And also had a baby. Congratulations, Molly. This team came all the way up from Boise. That's a long trip, and we've had teams from Boise before. And by far the best showing from any Boise team. They played out of Group G when they went 1-1-1. They played Chasing 8 right off the bat. Maybe a little car lag. They lost to them 13-2, but then they were able to rebound and beat the Team Warriors 18-5, and then tied Nats Dogs 10-10. That tie got them in to really the last final spot of the Platinum Division. And in the Platinum Division, boy, they balled out. They played CGS, where that's a team that a lot of people thought maybe taking. Yeah! And then they played Chasing 8 again, a team they lost to on Saturday, but they were able to get that win 25-11. In the championship game, we just talked about that. They played Nats Dogs and beat them 17-13. Then Nats Dogs had to fight back through the losers bracket. They came back. They lost to them 17-7, and then they won 23-13. I think for a first-year team, Punching Buttons really just fantastic out of 90 teams to take home the whole championship. Congratulations to Molly and your team. We really hope to see you guys back next year. So number 1, defending champion, Punching Buttons. Thank you guys for tuning in and watching all these videos over the weeks. I hope all you guys are excited for this year's Summer Classic. It's our 16th. It takes a lot of work to put this together each year. I work on these videos. Actually, I started working on them in the winter, so to have them out to you. I look forward to seeing everybody. Hopefully it's not as hot as it was last year. We get a little break in the weather, but no rain. We don't want rain like we did the year before. So I appreciate all you guys. I know how hard it is for managers to put together teams and bring them to these tournaments. So I try really hard to give you guys good matchups. I look at teams from last year, maybe a team that was misseeded, and try to make up for it this year. So just know that I'm always looking to do that as well. So the response I have is almost overwhelmingly positive. So I appreciate all that. And each year we try to work to make things a little better for you guys. So thank you everybody for tuning in, and we'll see you in a couple weeks out on the field, August 28th through the 30th for the 16th Summer Classic. Thanks, guys.